Okay, wait, hold on. What you're looking at right here is the Rebar Automate tool by KS Digital Innovations. They provide technology that helps you fast track your workflow in software. And if you're a professional in the AEC industry, KS Digital Innovations provides tools that can assist and save time on repetitive actions. They have a bunch of tools available like the Auto Join tool, the Isolate Warnings, the Card Merger, and of course the Rebar Automate tool, which we'll be covering in this video. You can check out their website and Studio Installer for more exciting tools coming out soon. We also hosted a live demonstration webinar on how to use some of the tools in a real life project. Make sure to check out the video on our channel. By signing up now, you can use our code DS18 to get a whopping 90% discount on all your purchases. Use the link provided in the description of the video to get started. Let's detail a beam elevation with the Rebar Automate tool. Just go over here and click to open it up. Move it over here to the side so I have a clear view of my beam elevation. I'm going to select the hide and tag category here. Come here and click on the play button. And since we are dealing with a beam, I'm going to switch this detail template here to beam. I have the option here to select the multi-rebar tag and the tag type. It's important to know that the options that appear here are from the templates of the project you are currently using. For the multi-rebar tag, which I will use for my traversal reinforcements, I'm going to go ahead and pick this. Then for the tag type here, I'm going to go ahead and pick the one suitable for my project as well. I'm just going to use the quantity type and spacing 2mm. There we go. And then you can see that tag method is only restricted to this option. This other option is available for slabs. Then where we have the tag properties, if you want to have a leader to your multi-rebar tag, you can go ahead and turn it on. In this case, I don't. Then we have the tag position. You see it sets from the value of 0 to 1. This determines the position of your multi-rebar tag. If you want it closer to the top of your beam, you set it to a value closer to 0. And if you want it closer to the bottom of your beam, you want to set it closer here to 1. In this case, for the scale of 1 to 50, which I am using, I have found out that a value of 0.55 works best for me. Then we have here the offset from host, which is basically the offset for the tag for the longitudinal rebar. 250 is fine for me here. For presentation mode, I'm going to set it here to first and last, as it will change my presentation of the traversal reinforcement to start at the first and then the last inside the set. Once I'm satisfied with the settings, I just go over here and click on apply. And then you can see in the status bar, it prompts me here to select the rebar host. So that's the beam. I go over here and click on it, and automatically it details my beam for me. You can switch to other beam elevation views. With the tool still open, you can click on apply with the same settings and then select the beams to apply the same details. You can do the same thing for every other beam elevation that you have inside the project. Using the hide and tag rebars for slab means I need to go ahead and change the template here. So I'll come here and leave it on the default slab of foundations. I'll select the structural rebar multi-rebar tag I want to use. I'm going to go ahead and use my trusty structural rebar 2mm type. And over here, I want to have a multi-rebar tag. I have an extension here, and I can also determine here the offset from the host. If I leave it on 2000, that will be 2000 mm. If for instance, I'm using this reinforcement to be 2 meters from the host. I'll leave everything as the default here. I'm going to be using this option, this tag all rebars in host elements. And then if I go over here and maintain presentation, is go ahead and leave my presentation if I've already set the rebar to represent the set. If I come here and click on apply, I can just go ahead and select my slab. As you can see, is indicated here. And it will automatically go ahead and create or place my multi-rebar tags in the view. If you want more freedom over where you can place your tags, you can use this second option, which is to pick the rebars and specify the tag position. If I go over here and click on apply, we have a selection option over here, so I can select the rebars instead of selecting the slab the time around, and then click on finish, then specify where I want my tag positions to be. So I'll come over here and select here. And the tags have been placed in this direction. So you can go ahead and continue making selections. So if I make a selection over these reinforcements here, and I click on finish, I can specify where I want these tags to be. And I can do the same thing for other directions. Once this has been done, you can go ahead and click on cancel. And if you feel that there is any reinforcement that hasn't been tagged, you can come back here and pick the tag all rebars in host elements and click on apply. And then if you select the slab, it will just go ahead and tag the reinforcements that don't have a tag yet. It will leave the ones that already have existing tags on them. There's a special tool on the Rebar Automate called the Set Rebar Layers. If you go ahead and click on play, this allows you to go ahead and set Rebar layers to individual rebars in a host. So over here, we can set the host category. We want it here to be set here to floors. It has two categories, floors and foundation. I'll go over here and set the parameter that I want it to be going to. So in this case, I have one project parameter inside my project file called Rebar Layer. Then I can go ahead and select the host. So if I click here, I can pick the host that I want it to be assigned to. So it will identify all the rebars in the host. And then I can set the layer tag assignment. So for instance, we have the top reinforcements towards the top plane. It's going to be set here to T1. Over just below the top plane, it's going to be T2. Then for the bottom face, we have layer 1 and layer 2, which are just retrospective to the ones that we have here. Then for construction reinforcements, you can go ahead and set what you want this to be. So if for instance I want this to be U bars, I can set it here to be U bars, and you can see the element has already been selected, so it shows you the ID. If I go ahead and click on assign layers, it will go ahead and place those layers inside that particular parameter for all the rebars in the selected element. Let's explore the Rebar Section Tag tool. I'll just go over here and click on play. And then this is a very simple tool to use. You have two methods for tagging. Let's try method 1. So tag all section rebars in host. So these are the sectional reinforcements, and then non-sectional rebars will be the ones that you see like this. I'll go over here and select the tag I want to use. I'm fine with this one here. And then for the tag spaces, I'll leave it here on 1. For the tag offset here, I'm going to set mine to 50, and then 50, I find out that that works best for my 1 to 30 view scale, and I want the orientation to be horizontal. If I click on apply, I can just go over here and select my beam, and automatically the rebar tags have been placed. You can also use the tools on sheets. It's a matter of activating the view, using the plugin, deactivating the view, and moving over to the next view. I can also use the Rebar Section Tag tool for tagging my slabs in section. So over here, I'm going to go ahead and maintain all the settings I used earlier on, but I'm going to change the tag spaces here to 5, as I do not want to tag every single sectional rebar that I have here. So if I click on apply, I can select the slab, and automatically it's gone ahead and done that for me. So what would have taken me probably 5 minutes, I can now finish in less than 5 seconds. If I click on apply again, I can go ahead and select every other slab in that section. It automatically gives me the tag rebar for that particular slab element. The Rebar Visibility tools are very useful within the Rebar Automate tool. We have this option here to show rebars in view. If I go ahead and click on place, for the particular view that is open, to show all the reinforcements inside the hosted elements. Then we have an opposite feature here, which is to hide rebar in view. So if I go ahead and click on play, it's going to hide all the rebar currently in that view. If you only want to see rebar in just a selected element, we can go over here and select this option, which is show rebar in host. If I click on play, it will prompt me to select the host that I want to show the rebar for. So if I select more than 2 hosts and I click on finish, it will show their reinforcement intensity. Likewise as well, if I want to hide the rebar in host, I can click on play and I can select them as well. And then I can go ahead and click on finish to hide them in view. We also have this feature here, which is to hide rebar not in host. So if for instance, I go over here and click on this button to show all rebar in view, which is going to bring up the rebar intensity in this whole view. I can go over here and use this feature to hide rebar not in a particular selected host. So if I for instance select this particular host and I click on finish, you can see it's only going to isolate the rebar just in this selected host. Then we have the last feature here, which is to select the host rebar. If I go over here and click on play, I can select the particular host element, and if I click on finish, it will select all the rebar hosted inside of it. Let's look at the modify tools. We have this option here to copy rebar. So if I come here and click on play, I go ahead and select the primary rebar host that I want to copy from. So let's say I want to copy from this particular beam to this beam here. I just go over here and select the host, and then I go ahead and select the target host. So if I come here and I click on this and I click on this too, because they have similar geometry, if I click on finish, you can see to go ahead and place the reinforcements in those beams. I can also do the same thing as well for these longer beams, and it does a great job doing that. So if I come and click on copy rebar, I'll select this particular beam here. There we go. Then I'll select this one here, click on finish. As you can see, it's gone ahead and placed my reinforcements well. If I click on it again, I select this, click OK, then select this beam, and click on finish. Just like that, it's placed my reinforcement without any issues. The delete host rebars works very simply. If I click on play, I can go ahead and select the host that I want to delete the reinforcements from, and this is useful because you can select multiple hosts at the same time. And if I go ahead and click on finish, it removes the reinforcements from those hosts. And those are all the tools under Rebar Automate. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, share this video and subscribe to our channel for more content. If you are interested in speeding up your workflow in Revit, make sure not to miss out on our discount code when purchasing any of the tools from the KS Digital Innovations website. See you in the next video.